Well, let's get into our featured review now, and for that, we are going to Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear is what we're talking about, and Todd's starting us off. So, Todd, tell us all about Cocaine Bear and what you thought.
Okay, Cocaine Bear is directed by Elizabeth Banks, and yeah, the plot's kind of weird, but it's kind of awesome. There is some smuggling of cocaine that goes wrong, and there's like several pounds of it are found in a Georgia forest, and there are several people that are impacted by this. There are these two young teenage-ish age people playing hooky who found some, played by Brooklyn Prince and Christian Honvery. And then there are the men who are trying to retrieve it for like the cartel or whoever, which are O'Shea Jackson Jr., Alden Ehrenreich, and Ray Liotta. Then there's a couple park rangers played by Jesse Tyler Ferguson and character actress Margaret Martindale. There's a cop played by Isaiah Whitlock Jr., and then there's a bear, and he eats it and goes on a murderous rampage and gets addicted to it. There's some insane mood swings in this movie. Like the soundtrack is all over the place. The tone is all over the place. I think that's sort of the point, trying to replicate the drug. It is funny that O'Shea Jackson Jr. is kind of like the audience in it. He's like the only sort of normal one. And I think that's kind of the way he's cast in like every movie now, but he's really good at doing that. For me, like the laughs are kind of sporadic. The theater I saw it in was all in though, and it was like basically sold out. And there are times when the tension is actually real. Like Banks is actually a really good filmmaker. I was a fan of her Charlie's Angels reboot. I'm maybe the only one, but the novelty of the plot runs out after like 40 minutes though. It's a pretty much like a one joke movie. It's a pretty good joke though, and there's just too many side stories that are uninteresting and take away from the actual bear doing his thing. So for me, I'm a little disappointed by it. I know Zach's gonna love it because there's a lot of children cursing, and we know he loves that. I'm giving it 2.5 stars, and I will say that if we've learned anything from Banshees, don't serve your severed fingers to animals because it won't end well. And there's that in this
conspiracy
movie.
theory.
Yes.
Good call. Good call. All right. Well, Zach, what did you think?
Contrary to what Todd said, I absolutely hated this movie. I thought it was really, really awful. I mean, I know that, we're not exactly expecting Oscar level material with a movie called Cocaine Bear. Okay. I usually love shit like this. I was all on board for it. I wanted some Margot Martindale and Isaiah Whitlock and all this other, I wanted the passion. Right. And I thought that my favorite part of the movie is the opening quote from Wikipedia, which is awesome. More movies should quote Wikipedia at the beginning. But from there, it just goes so downhill so quickly. And, it's a classic example of, this is endemic of a 2023 phenomenon. It's a concept. It's a high concept, but there's no delivery. It's just meant to generate people discussing it over water coolers, although people don't have water coolers anymore. So it's just meant as discussion fodder on Twitter. And I mean, it's great as a concept, but a concept should be a 5-minute SNL sketch with Daniel Radcliffe. Okay, it shouldn't be a full movie. This movie, and I mean, to this movie's credit, I guess it tries to develop these characters. I don't know about you guys. I couldn't follow the story at all. Like Alden Ehrenreich has a kid or something, and he leaves the kid. He's a widower for some reason. I didn't understand. He wants to leave the business. The O'Shea Jackson character is so boring. We've seen it out of a million movies, and his run-ins in the woods are just painful to watch. You're kind of wondering, where's the bear? Like literally, the bear doesn't show up in this movie for like the first 40 minutes. It feels really disappointing. Labored too. My favorite character in the movie is, of course, Brooklyn Prince, because I like children, unlike Todd, even though he liked this movie more than I did. It's just a reminder that she's really a great actress, and she was great in The Florida Project, and anytime she gets to swear and do drugs, it even makes the movie better. So she was also
children cursing. That's why I thought it was an easy thumbs up for you.
I did like the Brooklyn. I do have to confess, I like the Brooklyn Prince character in the movie. The problem is, this movie it tries to be so ironic, and it tries to be so funny. And honestly, and maybe this is coming off of watching EO, which I thought was kind of a great movie. So great that I even named my douchebags of the year the German soccer team that beat up the donkey. I felt really bad for the CGI bear. Like, she didn't deserve that shit to happen to her. I feel bad when there's animal cruelty on screen, even when it's CGI. Even when Leonardo DiCaprio was beating the shit out of that bear in The Revenant, I was like, come on, bears deserve better than this. They deserve a life of their own. And this movie is kind of pro-bear by the end of the movie, but there were just too many times when people were like laughing at the cruelty that this bear was experiencing. And of course, the real story is even more tragic because the bear actually OD'd. I don't know, man. This movie is awful. I hated it. I'm giving this movie 1 star, so I can still say it's not as bad as 80 for Brady, but it's a terrible experience. We didn't even get a shit out of Isaiah Will. I mean, come on. Why are we there? I want him to say, Montgomery Brogan, your ass is fucked. We didn't even get that in this movie. Come on. I know she's your girl, Todd, but she's got to do better than this, okay? She has comic timing. She has great sensibility. We deserve a better product, both in movie and in.
The movie was a hit. I mean, it made like 30 million or something.
Of course it did. Everybody was hooked. The marketing was genius. But it's
I know. I was shocked that there's so many people at the theater. I was like, damn, I needed to get my seat ahead of time.
Megan did the same thing, but Megan was actually a good movie. It's possible to have word of buzz and maybe a high concept and actually deliver it with good writing and good characters. But this movie is junk.
Well, I think I'm the one that liked it the most. I gave it 3 stars. I don't know. It is dumb at times, but I was willing to forgive like the dumb third act because it had been so much fun leading up to it. I was shocked at how many people are actually in this movie and how many people I recognize in this movie, including character actor Margot Martindale. I like how that one had to get a qualification. I don't really know why.
Oh, that's a BoJack Horseman reference.
Oh, it's a BoJack Horseman. Okay, well there we go. Anyways, no, it was fun. I was into it right away. My theater was not packed. I was like one of maybe 3, but again, it's been snowing here, and I went and saw it. And like the one time that I thought I could get out of the house long enough to go see it and get home. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good.
That's a nice review.
I know. That's all I really got. It delivered on what I thought it was trying to sell. That's what I'll say.
See, now this is a movie that would have been aided by Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, yes, and Danny Trejo. I mean, this could have gone so maybe an appearance by Cheech and Chong. Like, there's also like disappointingly few scenes of this movie where people are actually high. Like, why couldn't we just have a simple goddamn movie where they bring in cocaine into the forest and they get high and then the bear freaking steals it and they have to chase down the bear and then the bear why couldn't we have just that movie? Okay, why did we need this bullshit structure of like Vantage Point where everybody's trying to, you got this character here and Forrest Whitaker's over here? It's like, come on, okay, just show the bear. We don't need this labyrinthine Tarantino wannabe rip-off story that is just flat and boring, and I hated it. I also I must confess, the people laughing in the theater did not help my appraisal of this movie. That just set me off even more.
Yeah, he hates it when people are having fun.
I don't like when people are having fun. The theater was sold out. God, I had to sit next to these people.
This is like a Bill Burr sketch all of a sudden in the back of the
I was there in the theater. I wasn't entertained. All these people were, I mean,
they were laughing, and I'm like, you people, like, what are you doing?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's in theaters. A lot of people went and saw it. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Todd kind of did. So I gave it 3. Todd gave it 2.5, right?
Yeah.
And Zach gave it 1 star. If Cocaine Bear sounds interesting, check it out.